If anybody want to say something, man, I gotta just let me know. What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? I just wanted to come on here and show y'all some things and also address a couple of comments I had earlier in my comment section. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. I hope I don't get cut off. I forgot to hardwire my connection. I'm finna hardwire it in. I hope it don't take me out. Hang on. Yeah, I had to hardwire it. Hang on. Let me make sure it's not gonna kick y'all out. Because I want to make sure I got a good solid connection as I do this. Let me switch it over real quick. It may kind of stop for a second, but it should pop back up. Let me make sure I'm still on here. Let me make sure I'm still live. Okay, yeah, I'm still live. Reconnecting. Okay, cool. Okay, it came through. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was still live. I need a clean connection. I know it'd be kind of fuzzy when I go live sometime, but if I upload it, it'll be clear. And other times it's really, really good. It just depends on how many other people are using internet around this area. If it's a high traffic area, then it'll be like that. Now I wonder why my comments ain't popping up. Hang on. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I got this I gotta do a pop out chat. So this shit'll work. So I can see what's going on. Okay. What's up? Oh, there you go. It popped up. Finally popped up. There you go. It's working again. I don't need this. Let me address this comment real quick before I continue. Let me find it first. I was hoping he would come through here. I doubt he will. Charlie Waters. On my video about I don't know. I don't know where Charlie at. You coming for me? Hold on, wait a minute. Is Charlie in here? Or is you talking to me? I don't see Charlie in here. I'm about to read this comment though. I might have to add him. Let me see if I can add him. I'm gonna add him. I'm gonna tell him to come through and talk to me. If I wonder if I blow this up, can y'all see it? Let me see. Let me go back and see on my screen. Okay, I see it over there. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can make it bigger. I think y'all can see that. I think it'll blow up over there. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know if he was talking to you or if he was talking to me, but now that I'm reading the whole thread, I think he was talking to you, but who knows? But Charlie Waters said premeditated murder. You are grossly wrong. He won't even be allowed to argue self-defense. What the fuck is wrong with you people? And first of all, I had to tell him, man, don't use that you people shit when he comes through here because he don't even know how I speak on a lot of these issues. I just call these issues like I see it. And people who say stuff to me like that, they wrong. Because I get on the black person's ass before I get on anybody else's ass. Okay. So when they speak to me like that, they're gonna have some problems. That's first. Two, it's not premeditated murder. And when black people, yes, I'm talking about black folks, keep making this argument that Karmelo knew them, and they previously had an altercation prior to this, all they doing is making a case for premeditated murder. Because we don't know if he knew these boys before this altercation or not. I still haven't seen any evidence of that. They saying that they ran across him at a party and all of these different things, and we don't know that. And for black folks to keep saying that, y'all basically arguing against what you're trying to argue for. That's secondly. Then he talking about you grossly wrong because he won't be allowed to argue self-defense. Yes, he can argue self-defense because it was an altercation between him and this individual who put his hands on him more than once. I'm not saying that it's going to stick or he's going to get away with it because I don't think he will. And for people who think he's going to get a bunch of time, I don't think he's going to get a bunch of time. I think he's going to get convicted of a lesser charge, but I think it's going to be something like maybe 5. You know, it's not going to be what people think. It's not going to be no 20, 30 years. It's just not going to be that. I know that. I just know it. And like I told him, you can argue damn near anything you want to argue. You can make up an argument for all of this shit. Just like the affluenza team, like I pointed out to him. It's an affluenza team who was in Texas who killed a bunch of people on the side of the road. And his argument was he was so rich, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So make that make sense. Brooklyn G Baby says the guy, who is the guy? The guy said they didn't know each other in the first press conference. Oh, you talking about the brother? Or you talking about one of these lawyers? But all of these claims about, oh, these boys was racist, Karmelo was this, the brothers were that, that's all speculation. I have seen no evidence to prove that they was racist, that they attacked him before. I have no evidence to say that Karmelo was a thug running around doing certain things. I know they played the little clip of the girl saying he's known for fighting, but that doesn't make you a thug or a gangster. I knew a bunch of bullies that went to my school who were known for fighting, but they wasn't in the streets. They just like to come to the school and start a bunch of bullshit. The preacher. Oh, you talking about the guy who's been speaking for the family? Okay. R says, if someone comes up to you, that is not premeditated. That dumb, stupid ass N-word, I want him to show his ass up. He ain't gonna show up. He ain't gonna show up. Exactly. A lot of this stuff just makes you a kid. That's why I'm not on Karmelo's side necessarily, because I feel like he was wrong. A bunch of us should know better than that. You know it's not right to just stab somebody just because you get into an altercation with them, especially when you're a teenager. And if that's the case, we're going to be arguing that shit for a long time, and you're going to have a bunch of dead kids on our hands, because you're going to have a bunch of kids out here that's going to feel like, okay, anytime a bully bullies me, I can stab him, or I can harm him, or I can bring a gun to school and shoot him. This is this new age bullshit, because even when I was a kid, and I'm not that old, I'm 39 years old. People were fighting. I got bullied. I got picked on. There was some bullies that when I was younger, I didn't want to fool with them. I was avoiding them. By the time I got to like middle school and high school, if somebody was bullying me, then it was just a fight. Hell, I played football. When you're a freshman, the upperclassmen bully you all the time. I just said fuck it one day, and I put my hands on one of them after he pushed me down in the field hall. And that football player never messed with me again. Matter of fact, he's a preacher to this day. He don't do a lot of the shit that he used to do. So for people like Charlie to say what he said, like I say, you can make any argument that you want to. It doesn't make any sense. Then he said he won't be allowed to present that defense. Yes, he will be. What is he like? When you go to court, I'm pretty sure you can present any defense you want to. It's up to the judge and the jury to decide if you're guilty or not. You can say whatever you want to say. Y'all seen cases where some of these nut jobs get up there and represent themselves, and they don't talk nothing about the case. They so insane. They just screaming. What was that video of the one guy when he said, "God damn it, I'm not." He had the wild, crazy hair. And the judge, she was like, "Just calm down, sir. You need to calm down." Nubian King says, regardless if they were racist or not, he had no right putting his hands on Karmelo. This is a no-brainer, self-defense. That's not. That's I understand what you're saying, Nubian. I understand what you're saying. Whether he put his hands on them or not, it's not self-defense. It has to be equal force. If you grab me or you push me, I don't mean I just whip out my knife or my gun and bam, self-defense. Now put yourself in the opposite shoes, Nubian. If your kid was bullying somebody, grabbed him, and they went up and slit his throat, would you be saying it's self-defense, or would you be like, damn, that was excessive? You didn't have to slit my son's throat. Because I know you wouldn't. Let's be honest, bro. If you just want to be on his side because he's black, just say that. Just say that. We know white people do it too. I'm not look, when I speak on this stuff, I just call it like it is. I'm not trying to be on anybody's side. I'll say black first, but that's because I want the best for him. I don't want him to go to jail. I know that's a young brother, but he made a mistake. So, come on, man. G Baby. Brooklyn G Baby says the media is spreading misinformation to taint the jury pool. It's crazy how they can get away with this. I don't think it's the media. I don't think it's the media, G Baby. I think it's regular, everyday black Americans, white Americans who are spreading misinformation. It's coming from both sides. I'm on Twitter. I see people with the fake post. And when we having discussions in spaces, everybody got their own scenarios about what happened. Nobody's being honest. Everybody's just being emotional. People are just saying whatever. They putting up their own scenarios. They grabbed him and they stomped on his cell phone. Where's the evidence of that? In the report, because I read the report, it didn't say nothing about any one of the people who spoke on it. It was like two people who spoke on the what happened. Nobody said anything about a cell phone being thrown on the ground and crushed. Nobody said anything about that. But yet you got folks out here saying that. And what was the other one? Like I said, oh, he met him at a party. And it was an issue with his girlfriend. And they got into an altercation about that. There's nothing to back that up. No reports is saying this. R says he should not get life, nowhere near life, but I will donate to the Legal Defense Fund. Exactly. I will too. And he should not get life. And I don't think you can get life at his age down here in Texas. I'm pretty sure you can't. Say, R went on to say, I told you I carried a knife to school for a week. And when I thought I had serious ops. And you would have went to jail if you would have cut him. That's just the facts. I took a knife to school. I had no intentions of stabbing nobody. It was like a little pocket knife, which I think most people in Texas carried knives. When I went to school, people had guns in their cars. Teenagers. Brooklyn G Baby says this case is self-defense until the evidence says otherwise. It's not self-defense. He can make a case for self-defense, and he can actually say it was they grabbed him. The brother Austin was the aggressor. It said it over and over again. Even his brother basically said it in the interview. Austin was the aggressor. Yes, he did put his hands on him twice. Karmelo said, touch me again and see what happens. He said it twice. It still doesn't give you the option to kill somebody, though. That's what a lot of us are trying to get through people's heads when it comes to this. You can't just stab somebody because they put their hands. If that's the case, you can go anywhere and get into any altercation and just kill somebody. You can just, they grabbed me. They punched me. And then you got to switch it, change the scenario around. What if it was your kid? How would you feel if your kid was bullying somebody and they killed them? We talking about teenagers. We talking about kids. We're not talking about grown-ups. We are talking about kids. That's a dangerous precedent to set. My daughter was getting into it last year with some kids. I never told her to take a weapon to school. I told her if you gotta whoop somebody's ass, then whoop somebody's ass. And her eyes lit up. But she was like, really? I was like, if you gotta fuck them up, fuck them up. I didn't say, hey, put this knife in your backpack. When they come up to you again, Stab that motherfucker. I would never tell her no shit like that. How about we get back to what's honorable? Let's just fight a motherfucker. Why we gotta kill each other now? Nobody wants to fight anybody anymore. Everybody wanna go full force now. You do something to me, now I gotta take your life. What? R says you can represent anything. Oh, that's what I'm saying. You sure can. Now, a lot of things can be stricken, and a judge can shut down really stupid shit and shut you down, but you have to be extra, extra. Exactly. And that self-defense claim is not extra, extra. But they'll say that. They'll make that claim. It's not extra, extra. He can make that claim. This is Texas. You can say self-defense. You can absolutely say that. There was no equal force when the dude in NYC killed the black dude on the subway, and it was self-defense. For one, that's not Texas. And this is two different cases. Daniel Penny shouldn't have done that. But if y'all would have listened to Judge Joe Brown, if you see, Judge Joe Brown been talking about this for a couple of days in Spaces, and we've been talking to him. And what he says is the law is the law. Now, what the juries do and how they go with it, that's something totally different. That is totally different. We know he was wrong, but the jury said he wasn't. And I get what you're saying, but when people pose that stuff to me, they make it seem as if I'm siding with that's not what I'm doing. Just call it like it is. And half the people who, like I say, talk about this, they haven't even read the police report. Will they read the police report? I doubt it. Matter of fact, if y'all watching this, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button for me as well. What's up, Charles? Charles said, I said it before and I'm going to say it again. It's third-degree manslaughter. That's probably what they're going to give him. He's not going to get, it's not premeditated murder. I think that's really white people wanting it to be, they want to get him. We got to get him. And then they get mad because his bail was reduced. Really? They want black people to be held totally accountable for the law. And when a white person do something, they want to kind of skirt it or, no, that didn't really happen. So when I'm talking about, this is coming from both sides. Both sides are ridiculous when it comes to certain aspects of this. Some of the black people who side with Karmelo are ridiculous, and some of the white people who side with Austin's side, they're ridiculous as well. R says if people really gave a fuck about this kid's future, they would donate so he can get a top-tier lawyer. They'll donate. I'm not even gonna say what I wanted to say. They'll donate. They've been donating. I'm gonna leave it alone. He says, shit, you can get anything in Texas. Y'all are the worst. Nubian King says, I'm on his side because he was defending himself. What Peeps ain't saying is that him and his brother were ready to jump him. See, I see that type of stuff right there. They were ready to jump him. And Eyewitness gave this account on another part. I think you talking about some black father. I mean, this is why a lot of this stuff, we're gonna have to wait till it goes to trial. Because if anybody knows anything, and if you read the police report, it clearly had tons of other witnesses. They got their names. It's a list of people who are witnesses. They blurred their names out. So obviously, when it goes to trial, they're going to speak on it. They're going to tell you what happened. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, it is an actual video of this incident. So we're really going to find out what happened. Appreciate the comment. Brooklyn G Baby says everybody got an opinion until the video footage comes out. Exactly. This is why I keep saying stick to the facts. But now y'all want to say everybody got an opinion until the video footage comes out. I've been saying this the whole time. I read the police report. I've been telling people to stick to the facts. Stop jumping to conclusions. Will people stop jumping to conclusions? Nope. They just input their own scenarios. All it says just by going by what you said, if they have a history, he does have a PTSD defense. That's if they had a prior altercation, and we don't know that. And like I said, if they did have a prior altercation, that can be premeditated murder. Because they can argue that, shit, he knew he was going to be there. That's why he brought the knife. Rod said, if he told him twice to keep his paws off him, that is considered an assault. Would you let two bullies continue to harass you and all you do is stand there? If he told him twice to keep his paws off of him, that is considered assault. That is considered assault. You say, would he let two bullies continue to harass you? We don't know if both of them was harassing him like that. Sure, his brother was there with him, but that's extra to me. Like saying that they were bullying him, both of them, harassing him. And like I said, he didn't need to have a knife there. And these are kids. Y'all are keep trying to justify a reason to kill somebody. Think about what y'all are saying. Think about it. Now, if these two boys had pulled out some little pocket knives or something, that's different. We talking about he stabbed him in the chest. That come on, bro. That was just, if anything, that's just a fight. Like, let's be real, man. Stop this. Come on, stop it. They said, man, you don't need to be here. You need to move. In my head, I'm thinking if that would have happened to me, I'd be like, bitch, fuck you. What's up? What you trying to do? I don't give a fuck if your brother right there. What's up? We keep trying to justify a reason. Oh, yeah, he had to stab. He had no other choice but to stab him and kill him. That was the only option he had left. He couldn't have went to a parent. He couldn't have went to another coach. Even the boys, they could have said, hey, coach, we got somebody from another school sitting under our tent. Instead, we throw up our hands and say, fuck it, you got to stab him. You got to kill somebody. No, I think it is footage. It is. I'm pretty sure because they confiscated some phones in the police report. And they were saying it. It's footage. It's footage. See? The preacher said it. He sure did in that first press conference. He did say that. I'm telling you, all they got footage, bro. There is footage. Fabian Wiley say they should shut you down because you, son, real stupid. What? Because you sound real stupid, dude. Bro, look. You just one of these people that don't want to stick to the facts. You sound stupid. Whatever side you on, you'll just make up anything. You ain't sticking to no facts. You ain't read no police report. What's in the police report, Fabian? What happened in the police report? Tell me what happened to the backpack that Karmelo had since I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because it's in the police report what happened to the backpack and what happened on accident with the backpack between the backpack and the police officer who didn't realize something. Tell me what happened since I don't know. Because I read the police report. I would like to know what happened. Tell me what you know, sir. Because you don't know shit. This motherfucker talking about, did I read the police report? I'm not trying to get no likes off of this fool. I've been doing this. I did this from the very first minute it came out. Y'all some goofy motherfuckers to come on somebody's platform and try to act like somebody just on her for some clout. I've been doing this. I be doing videos and shit like this all the time. It's people like you that come on here and try to get on somebody because you think you doing something or you trying to get some clout off of it. You ain't doing shit, Fabian. Nobody listening to some dumb motherfucker like you and had the nerve to say, did I read the police? Yes, I read the whole police report. How many pages is the police report, Fabian? Because I know. I've been Nubian. I've been saying this. You say, let's keep this thing 1,000. No, none of us really know what jumped off. We're giving our opinions, and that's all. But that's what I'm saying. It's funny how everybody want to, well, we don't really know what's happened. Let's stick to the facts. I've been saying that. Okay, at least you honest. You said you signed with Karmelo because it's two people against one. Cool. You picked a side. Got you. How many of y'all been jumped? That shit ain't fun. No, it ain't fun. Was he jumped? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stick to the facts. Don't just say stuff. Don't just say stuff. Now he on her. Now you gonna insult me, Fabian. Now you gonna insult me. Man, you can't tell me what to do. Now this man want me to get off. This is my platform. You don't pay no bills over here. If you so big and bad, why don't you fire your shit up? But you can't. Because you got bad service. You probably don't even got a high-speed connection where you located. And if you do got a high-speed connection where you located, you probably can't even afford it. You can't even afford a computer to run your shit on. You probably sitting over there with an Acer. And you can't get the shit jumping if you wanted to. You don't got enough RAM on your fucking PC to get this shit popping. Don't get mad at me because you spent all your money on a motorcycle that you probably can't even afford. Find somewhere else to be. And if you don't mind, or kick him the fuck out of my goddamn space. Because you got a wrench, sir. I would like for you to dismiss that motherfucker. Dismiss him, please. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm reading some of y'all comments. So give me a second while I catch up. Get him the fuck out of here. Matter of fact, I'll do it myself. I don't gotta listen to no bullshit like that. See, if you can't come in here and be reasonable, I don't need to talk to you. Now we can have a disagreement, but you ain't being reasonable, bro. You just wanna have some type of fucking conflict. You're not gonna have some type of conflict with me. Not with me. Well, he's gone. Well, he can make messages, but y'all won't see him. So bye-bye, Fabian. You can talk your head off, but we're not listening anymore. Find somewhere else to be. If you don't like it, it's plenty of other channels and shit you can go watch. You don't have to sit up here and watch this. Because you sitting up here getting yourself in a tizzy. Go somewhere where they agree with you. You'll enjoy it over there. Have fun. See, you don't know how to be disagreeable like a man. You start insulting people and shit. I can insult you as well. I got some bullshit that go on this channel, but that's between the people who I know. And I do some stuff to kind of keep some shit going. But I don't know you, sir. So you can move around. I got a lot of comments on here. Let me catch up. Brooklyn G Baby says, wow, I wish people did research ish before typing and talking. If anybody watched the first press conference with the spokesman for the family, said they didn't know each other and both parties were on the roster. Was Dre said at R. What did he say? So seeing them again are headed to fight. They shook my hand. Seeing them the last time got my respect. But I'd be lying if I didn't hit my East Texas niggas up to ride solo to lay them down first. You in East Texas, Dre? I'm in East Texas too, bro. I'm in East Texas too. East Texas fam, what's up? What's going on? I don't know what they have actual footage of. I'm pretty sure it's the incident. Now, you know how that is. We don't know if somebody cut their phone on in the middle of the altercation. Maybe we won't see the beginning parts of it or what. But they say it's footage. I'm getting all kind of comments and this shit is crazy. It's amazing to me how people work themselves in a pretzel to come up with their different type of arguments. Just stick to the facts. That's all you got to do. If you stick to the facts, then later on you can come back with your different opinions or what you think would happen, and it makes some of your claims legit. But if you just go off the rails from the beginning, and then once the facts come out and it's just debunking everything you said, now nobody wants to listen to you because it's like, man, you just saying a bunch of BS. Brooklyn G baby, or I'm glad I didn't see them that night. I'm gonna be for life. I don't know. I gotta read what Dre and R is talking about. I'm not sure. Brooklyn G baby say now a cap. Austin meth lab went out like a male Karen. End of story. Karmelo had the knife. Nobody knows why he felt he had to use it. An eyewitness brother on the Introvert Rockstar show said Austin and his brother were ready to jump Carmelo. This did not happen at the school. It was at the rec center that was 2 miles from the school. I get it. Maybe it did happen, but I'm not seeing. I need to see somebody else besides a parent saying that. I do, because that parent wasn't there, or was he? No, I'll take that back. You say an eyewitness, okay? I just I'm not unless it's documented. I'm not using that because these people they could come out and say anything. We know people to come out and make up stuff just because they on one side or the other side. I don't want to go off of that. I just want to stick to the facts. Now, if they go to a trial and that comes up, okay, fine, you got it. You got it. But think about this: if he really had an altercation with them, y'all are making a case for it to be premeditated because he put a knife in his bag. Then he went to this track meet and sat under their school's tent, knowing that they would possibly be there. What does that sound like to you? They could say that he provoked them. He wanted them to approach him, so he could do what he did. That's why you gotta be careful what you're saying. People just want to justify things, but you gotta be careful. I'm just telling you, y'all really digging a hole for this brother. Y'all really are. Still reading these comments. Fabian talking about the fact is that we really don't know the facts. Yes, we do. We know some of the facts. It was in the police report. How many times I gotta say that? What I know is that until they go to trial, everything gonna come out. Everything you're saying is a bunch of BS. So shut up. It's not a bunch of BS. See, that's how I know he just wanted to come through here to start some mess. Because clearly, from the beginning of this show and beyond, I have been talking about the facts. I read the police report on my show. I read the police report on my show. I didn't just make up stuff. I'm gonna get on your ass. I can't blame Melo. This dude, whatever, man. Whoever this Fabian guy is, I'm still reading. I'm behind on some of these comments. He just keeps saying like I'm just up here to get money and stuff off of this. Dude, I'm not even getting paid. Why what some of us, do y'all not realize that some people actually be on YouTube and stuff just because we like the video? We like to do this. And it just happens to turn into some money. Everybody don't get paid. Some people actually like getting on the camera and talking. Some people like going on spaces on Twitter and talking. Some people like getting on Twitter and just typing little messages. They do that all day and they don't get paid. Some people like to write books. Has it ever dawned on people that some people just like to do certain things? This doesn't make any sense. Is he still here? She said he's still here. Brooklyn G, baby. This dude here, man. He making it seem as if there hasn't been a trial. We can't even talk about it. We can talk about it. I'm just saying stick to the facts. You the one on her calling me names and saying I'm on her just to get some money. You don't go to Fox News and MSNBC and say, why y'all talking about it? There ain't been no trial. Y'all get on some YouTubers page. Y'all shouldn't even be talking about it. Y'all just trying to get some money. Well, what the fuck you think they trying to do? They running whole goddamn ads and shit. They having these segments talking about it, and then we're gonna take a commercial break real quick. Get the fuck out of here, man. You say you kept hitting remove? Good. Is he still here? I'm still going through these comments. Whoever right now, that's a bunch of comments. I am so far. Y'all, man, look, I'm reading what I can. Y'all just got to give me some time. I'm gonna get to you. Brooklyn G baby say ninjas like that need to stay off the net and off the street. I give the internet credit for keeping y'all goofies out the hood. Yep. He did not have any intent to kill that other kid. I always look at motive and intent. He probably had the motive if he felt picked on, but he did not go after them. And that eliminates murder 1 and 2. Yeah, I don't think he intentionally tried to kill him. I don't. I think he probably Which this is not a fact. This is just another opinion. But I don't think he tried to kill him when he stabbed him. He just happened to get him in the right spot and killed him. Like, I'm not defending him. He shouldn't have done that. Brooklyn G Baby say white people getting the facts and they still get to act goofy as if their brains can't retain information. That is true. That is true. But like I say, this is coming from both sides. That's why I keep telling, stick to the facts. Stop doing speculation. Stop saying what you think would happen. Don't do that. And if you do, just, keep it light. Some people have these whole full-blown scenarios. Well, was this happened 2 days ago? And then they said he met him, and then they grabbed him and threw him on the ground and they broke his cell phone. And it's like, come on, man. Sounds like a kid that wanted to protect himself. The facts are, did they know each other? Nope. I don't think they knew each other either. When the trial comes out, we'll find out, but I don't think they knew each other either. What's up, Aziz Abe? Appreciate you coming through the channel, man. Make sure if you new to this channel, if you hadn't subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. Anytime that I do these little discussions, man, I always let people know you can come up and talk to me anytime. If you want the link, you want to come up and speak, I'll send you the link. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me too, as well. I appreciate it. Public opinion will get you life. Yes, sir. You're right. Why you think they try cases in the court of public opinion on people? Why do you think they put out so much information on people? And they try to put it out there in the media. That way, everybody can be against you. And then when you go to trial, boom, you done for. Because everybody think it's true. And it could be a total lie. But the media done slandered you. They didn't put out all this information. They got all these documentaries talking about what you did. And they haven't vetted all of these people. It's just salacious material. Oh, crazy. What's up, Hope Knight? Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate the comment. Premeditated murder and the hate crime he needs to trial as an adult and get to death. Nope. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Don't agree. That's your opinion? Fine. Premeditated murder? No. Is the reason why I say, see, if it's premeditated murder, then you agreeing with some of the BS of these people saying that they already had an altercation. That's not true. That's not true. Unless we got that for a fact. If others will come forward and say, yeah, we was at this party and I remember them fighting. I remember this happening. They may have a case for premeditated murder. And that's why I keep saying people need to stop saying that. Because y'all digging a grave for this brother. Now you got people like Hope Knight saying it's premeditated murder. And it's a hate crime. It's not a hate crime, bro. This is just two high school kids who had an altercation, man. We don't know if that's a hate crime. How can you say that's a hate crime when it's a picture of him hanging out with some white boys? Let me see if I can find this photo. It's an actual picture of Karmelo with some white boys. Look like they are his friends too. Here you go, right here. It's a hate crime. Now, how can you say it's a hate crime? He got white friends, bro. He lives in a nice, well-to-do neighborhood. Do you see how much money he got? You think it's a lot of black people around him? Let's be real. He not he's not racist. He goes to Frisco. Are you from Texas? Stop it. Just stop it. Nubian King says Carmelo did not just go sit in their section of the tent. It was raining and he just wanted to get out of the rain. An eyewitness said. The two bully twins. Stop it. Stop. Stop, Nubian. Stop. The two bullied. Stop it. Confronted him first and told him to move. Of course. I'm sure they did. The brother Austin was the aggressor. I'm not denying that at all. And I did hear that that's what it was. He just wanted to get out the rain. And they said it was raining that day. Matter of fact, I remember that day it was raining. I'm pretty sure it probably was that. Don't get me wrong. Look, Austin was a damn jerk. He was being an asshole. He was stupid. Let's get this straight. He was stupid for touching this man. When this man clearly said, touch me again and see what happens. And then he reached in his bag. Once he reached in his bag, I would have said, okay, I'm out. Knowing what we know about high school people and maybe them pulling out guns, knives, or whatever, we know about these incidents in school. When somebody said, touch me again and see what happens, I would have left him alone. But Austin was a fool for touching him. That was his fault. That's what I'm saying. I'm just calling it like it is. I'm not picking no sides. I'm just telling you. If somebody say, don't touch me, see what happens, and they reach in their bag, you a fool if you keep messing with him. Especially if he brandishes the knife and you see it and you still do something, something wrong with you. The police report didn't say that they knew each other. It only gave reports of what so-called witnesses. They ain't so-called witnesses. They are witnesses, G baby. They were witnesses. They were there. And the police report didn't say anything about anybody knowing each other. It didn't mention anything about any prior altercations. I've never said that. I'm saying what other people are saying. This is what I'm seeing on Twitter and Facebook and others is that they had prior interactions, which I have no evidence of that. We don't know that. What's up, Dark Kent? I guess so. It was about 20 people. It keep going up and down, man. But look, man, from this is just from YouTube. Look, people are real sensitive about this issue. This is some sensitive shit. People are upset. People want to speculate. People want to come with their own scenarios and conclusions. Hope Knight says, so you defending a murder. I'm not defending a murderer. Not defending anybody. Hope. It's not premeditated murder and a hate crime. You just want it to be a hate crime. A lot of y'all who coming on here saying stuff, y'all really gotta watch some of my content. Because if you know me, I'm not just picking somebody's side just because they black. That's not the case. See, y'all's low key kind of being racist to me because y'all assuming because I'm black that I'm just automatically picking a side and got all these scenarios going in my head that's slanted towards Carmelo. That's not the case. Yeah, dark Ken, this man talking about the death penalty. I'm not really worried about that because in Texas at Carmelo's age, I don't think you can get the death penalty and I don't think you can get life. I don't think you can get life. Hope Knight say he stabbed him in the heart, premeditated murder. He bring a knife to the track meet in his backpack. Look, once again, he was wrong for having the knife at the track meet. It's not premeditated murder. Okay? Like I say, should he had the knife? Nope. It's not premeditated murder. You want it to be premeditated murder because you have a hatred. I can tell by the way you talking. You really have a hatred for this guy, bro. Let's just say just say that you want Carmelo to go down because he's black. Just say that, bro. I will be totally cool with that. You can stay on my channel. You can comment as long as you be honest about what you're saying. I'm good with that. But when you have people like Fabian who just want to come on here and just say whatever and they don't even know me, you got to go. We can disagree, but just be honest. Just be honest about how you feel. If you don't want to call it down the middle, say you don't want to call it down the middle. Say you leaning towards Carmelo. If you leaning towards Austin's side, say you leaning towards Austin's side. That's fine. But people who don't even know me and try to make an assumption about how I'm speaking on this, you don't know. See, now you telling me to shut the F up. Wow. Appreciate the subscription. J. Albert, 2241. I appreciate you, brother. Anybody who subscribes, I appreciate that, man. If y'all don't mind, hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And like I say, I really do appreciate that. Appreciate it, J. Albert. Brooklyn G. Baby says about the press conference today, I feel that what Carmelo did needed to happen to show even when you come from a good home, parents have money, you're still guilty. Yep. You can still be guilty. That's why the narrative that they trying to spin and say that this brother was a gangster or a thug is wrong. I even said that. When we was looking at the pictures, I was like, look at he's acting like a gangster, but he ain't hood, bro. I know this. He ain't hood. Frisco ain't hood. It's all fake. And that gun is fake. That's a toy gun. He probably listens to this music like a lot of us have and think that you something that you not. If they attacked him, why does he not have any bruises on his face? If somebody attack you, you don't necessarily have bruises, but I don't think they attacked him like that. Not in the way that you're saying. I don't think he was beat on. It didn't even say that in the police report. It said he grabbed him. It didn't say anything about any punches being thrown. It didn't say anything about that, Hope. It didn't say anything about that. Ray say, because that nigga can't think. He reads headlines. He a fancy nigga. Yep, you right. G baby. How can it be premeditated when it's Texas? where they love God, guns, and any weapon to so-called protect themselves. It's a weapon culture out there. I'm in Texas. I'm in Texas. We love weapons. That's why I don't know why anybody would come down here and have road rage, who would want to. I see these other videos in other states where people just buck up to people, they get mad and what's up? What you want to do? You're a fool if you come to Texas and got that kind of mentality. Somebody gonna put you to bed. Look, my folks live in the country. If you go to people in the country and you think that's an easy target, you a damn fool. You see a house with acres in front of it and it's pushed back and it's a long road going to their house, and you think you finna go up there and do something, you are a fool. If you think an old person is an easy target in Texas, you are a fool. They will blow you away, and I promise you, they gonna get off. Christy B say, are y'all blaming the victim? I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just telling you he was stupid for what he did. I don't feel like Karmelo was in the right. Karmelo was wrong for having the knife and for stabbing him. I think they should have fought. But Austin was also a fool for when somebody tell you, don't touch me, and you touch them, and you see them say, don't touch me again, and see what happens, and then they go in their backpack, and you touch them again. You a fool. That's not victim blaming. You just a damn fool. It's been plenty of incidents where people were fools and they got killed. That's just the facts. You can die and still be a fool. You didn't have to die. That's just what it is. Brooklyn G baby. G baby, come on. I like G baby. You know, I disagree with you, G baby, but I like you. You know, I like you. She say, I think it's a she. Say Austin Meth Lab is not a victim, just like the people that Kyle Rittenhouse were allowed to be called victims. You know, I kind of got to agree with you. I don't think he really is a victim. I think it shouldn't have happened. I don't think he was a victim. But that's why I say he shouldn't have died, though. This didn't have to escalate to the level that it did. It didn't have to go this far. They didn't have to grab him like that. Okay, let me go ahead and play this clip of his dad. I'm gonna go back to the comments, but I'm gonna play the clip of Austin's dad showing up to this press conference. And yeah. And in the meantime, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Y'all give me a second.
The father being at this press conference. These are my words. Don't quote anybody. Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life. No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life. The father being at this press conference. These are my words.
All right, I'm back. All right, I'm back. Hey, G baby. How often do you come through this channel? I like you. You don't agree with me. I probably don't agree with you, but you seem like a pretty cool individual, and you're very respectful, even though you're being disagreeable. But you're respectful about it, and I can appreciate that. And I might have to give you a wrench on this challenge just in case you come through, because I can respect that. If you disagreeable, but you're not being disrespectful, I'm cool with that. I don't have an issue with that. So let me know if you want that. I'll throw that to you. Christy B says never ever said that. Okay. Oh, she talking. Let me. Some of these comments, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm trying to keep up with them, but it's a lot going on. A did. What are you talking about, Aziz? With this comment, that's the only part I did not like. Man, I'm 112. It's a lot of comments on here. It's a lot of. I can't keep up with these comments. I might have to step back. I might have to just scroll all the way to the bottom. So if I miss some of these comments, man, y'all just forgive me. I'm just gonna go all the way to the newest ones because I can't keep up with it. I'm so far behind. I agree. Prayers for Austin Metcalf's family. Yes, 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 yes. Agreed. I hate that for him. I do. And I'm not, I don't want that man to die just because he's a white kid. That's not what this is. That's not, no. It didn't have to happen. It did not have to happen. Oh. I thought it was a girl. Okay. G baby say I'm a M word. This is my first time here. That's a picture of my daughter. Okay. I assume you had a picture of a little girl that might have been you as a child. Okay. My fault. My fault, man. My fault. My fault, man. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Oh man. Oh man. But what do y'all think about Austin's father showing up to this press conference? Because me, honestly, I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with his dad showing up to that press conference, bro. I know a lot of people are like this disrespectful. I don't think it is. I think as a father of somebody who died at the hands of another young man, that you would almost want to show your face to say, look, I'm here on behalf of my son and what happened to my son. And I got an issue with what happened to my son. Just like if it was reversed, if it was his Austin's family up there, and if Carmelo's dad showed up to the press conference, I wouldn't have an issue with that. I think, let me see if I can find the actual clip of them talking, and because it was another clip where they're talking to him outside of the press conference, like excuse me. Okay, he got escorted out.
If you take a look at your screen now, what you are looking at is video of Jeff Metcalf being escorted out of the co-working space where the Next Gen Action Network's office is by Dallas Police. You see that there. Jeff Metcalf, the gentleman who was wearing the sunglasses and the blue shirt, who's being escorted out, is the father of Austin Metcalf, who was the teenager who was stabbed and killed in a track meet 2 weeks ago. He is being asked to leave, escorted out at a press conference that is being held where the parents of the child who was accused of killing Metcalf's child.
I'm trying to find an actual clip.
If you take a look at your screen now.
I'm trying to find an actual clip of Austin's dad, because I seen a clip where they was talking to him outside of the press conference. Let's see. I can't find it. I seen it earlier. I don't know what happened to it. But there was another clip where it seemed as if they were talking to him. Some people was, because when he came to the press conference, I don't think he was causing a big scene. I think he was just there. You know how people kind of just show support for what's going on. That's all I think it is. I don't think nothing more, nothing less than that. Oh, let me fix my camera. It's kind of got a little delay. Give me 1 second, y'all. It'll clear up in a second. Let me see what these comments say. Now y'all arguing in the comments. Lord have mercy. G Baby say I didn't care if he was there, but what he was doing is performative. The media ain't saying how great of a father he is as a sex offender. Now I heard that. I seen it. I seen it. I seen that, what they pulled up about him being a sex offender. But to me, I'm just being honest with you, that's irrelevant to this case. This ain't got nothing to do with his father. I get it. I get it. But this ain't got nothing to do with this case. I really do. So, look, maybe, he did some things he didn't have no business doing. And we don't also know all the circumstances of that. Because let's be real, G Baby. You a dude. You said you a guy. You know you can't be lied on. So come on, let's be real about that now. You can be lied on. And it's gonna stick to you, even though you know well enough that you didn't do anything wrong. And I'm not saying that the victim of that case was lying, but I'm just saying that doesn't have anything to do with this. You you said if Karmelo's dad did it, it would be the first thing they would be saying. Of course, but you know what I would be saying? That ain't got nothing to do with this. That ain't got nothing to do with this. That ain't got nothing to do with this. I would say the same thing. That don't have anything to do with this case. Whatever happened with the fathers, if it had happened to Carmelo's dad, didn't have anything to do with this case at all. At all. I would say the same thing, G Baby. And you're right. They would definitely be trying to make that a big thing when it comes to the black. We know this. We know this. But I'm trying to get away from all of that shit, bro. Like I get it. I know this. I'm a black person. I I know exactly what you're talking about. They definitely would. And I would say the same thing. Was it proved to be fake, Amanda? Boy, my damn notification's going off. Was it proved to be fake, Amanda? Can you send a link? Send me a link. Send me some proof. If it was Carmelo that got stabbed in the heart, would you? Yes. Hell yeah. I would be acting the same. That's why I say you got to watch my channel, bro. You don't watch my channel enough, Hope. I would say the same thing. Why would you be provoking this man if he told you don't touch him again? And I would be saying the same thing about Austin. I would be saying he didn't need to have a knife. Why did he have a knife at the track meet? And if he did, what is the cause to stab this man? Why he couldn't have just fought him? I would have said the same thing. I would have said, you wouldn't catch me on her saying, yeah, he deserved to stab him. Yeah. I wouldn't have not said that at all. Nope. Charles say the God's honest truth is that both of those kids want some bullshit, but there is only one alive to be punished. There you go, Charles. There you go. That's the God's honest truth. Both of them was on some bullshit. Karmelo shouldn't have had the knife. He shouldn't have stabbed him. And Austin shouldn't have been provoking him because, like I keep saying, he was the aggressor. He shouldn't have provoked him, and he shouldn't have grabbed him multiple times. That's the facts. That's what's in the report. That's what's in the report. What does TDS mean, Christy B? Somebody tell me. I'm confused. What does TDS mean? Y'all let me know. But you know what then came out of this? Why y'all tell me about that? It's something that popped up called Protect White Americans. They having a protest. They're having a protest. It says protect white Americans. Justice for Austin Metcalf. Demand Karmelo Anthony be put back in prison until trial. See, stuff like that is bullshit to me. Because you have a right to bail. But for some reason, when it comes to black people, they feel like you need to stay in there the whole time. You need to stay in there until the trial is over with. That's bullshit to me. That's bullshit to me. But on the opposite hand, you say you got white Americans going and having a protest, and what does it say? Frisco, Texas, Wakefield High School parking lot. Stop black violence on white Americans. Protect white Americans was founded by January 6th political prisoner and U.S. Senate candidate Jake Lang. Now, I got to be honest with you. Stuff like this has come out because people can't call it like it is. Even black people. We can't call it like it is. Now you're going to have white people that's going to protest and say it's black violence against white Americans. And to be honest with you, I've seen enough clips to know that it is starting to be an issue. Now you can get mad at me if you want to. I've seen enough clips on the internet to know that that is starting to be an issue. You got enough people that's out here that's justifying any and everything that black people do, basically to get back at white people. Let's be real. They justifying anything to go against and be against white people. The same reason why you had black people doing this type of stuff. Because white people was justifying any and everything to go against black people. Now you got the opposite effect on the other side. That's just what it is. That's true, G baby. Hitler got a lot of that stuff from U.S. and the Jim Crow South. He learned all of that. He knew how to treat people and to subjugate people. You're right. And you are right too. These are the typical Trump. These extremist white typical Trump voters. This is what they do. But like I'm saying, I can't even be mad at them. I can't. I can't, bro. People would look at me, oh, you cooning, you cooning. I can't be mad at them. Because I know it's reasonable white people out here that's like, damn, black people hate us? Yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them still harbor a lot of sentiments where they want to get back at white folks. Even me at times. I feel like I want to get back at some white folks for what they did to my ancestors. But I know it ain't right. It's over with. I'm trying to move on, better my people, and we need to do better and get something for ourselves. Fuck what they talking about. But can I blame them? No. Just like when black people did it, I can't blame black folks. I can't be mad at them because that's what was going on. Exact Aziz, exactly. You say from both sides. All so-called grown folks. It's sad. Exactly. My bad. My bad. Wrong sound, bro. Wrong sound. I wanted to give you the hand claps. It is, man. Look, let's just call it like it is. If we just call it like it is, if both sides just call it like it is, we can get away from this bullshit, bro. I'm just being honest with you. This is how I feel. If you're a white person, you should definitely be proud to be white. You should fight for that. If you Asian, you should be proud to be Asian and you should fight for that. If you black, you should be proud to be black and you should fight for that. But for some reason, people make it seem like we can't coexist. What? Christy B, you say this is the most racist channel you have ever found? Are you talking about me? Really? Really? Wow. That's amazing. It's been situations where I defended white people. I can't even believe you said that's how I know people don't know me. They just come on here and they hear one thing and they just lose it. They just lose their mind. She said this is the most racist channel she has ever found. Wow. Hmm. Wow. Oh my God. They coming in now. D. Love you pro blacks. Really only hate themselves. That's what they really hate. Wow. These people are something else, man. I've been saying that, Christy. What the hell are you talking about? Will somebody please tell this lady that I've been saying that? I said that from day one. I don't know what they hear me saying. It's this is how I know that some of y'all still racist, whether you try to act like you not. I'm calling it down the middle. And people still get mad at you. I'm more so on Austin's side than on Karmelo's side, and people still get mad. They don't want you to be on Karmelo's side, even in the slightest. I can't say anything nice about him. If I say anything nice about him, anything in his favor, I'm a racist. If I say anything nice about Austin, anything in his favor to the black person, I'm a coon. This shit is crazy. They want you to be solely for the white kid or solely for the black kid. Now tell me that ain't racist. Jesus. That's right. If you don't 100% agree with them, you a kunta kinte. Exactly. That shit pisses me off. If you don't 100% agree with one side, then they don't like you. See, when you call shit down the middle, it's a problem for so many people. I don't get it. She said this is the most racist channel she's ever seen. She clearly hasn't been on my channel long enough to even say some goofy shit like that. Clearly. I will get on a black person's ass before I get on a white person's ass on her. You know why? Because I'm black. I'm not worried about what white people do all the time. I'm worried about what black people do because I want us to do better and make better decisions and make better choices for ourselves. Somebody remove D out my chat. I don't. He want to come over here with this racist shit. Just get him out of here, bro. Ain't no doubt about it that black people, we got our own issues. I know this. I point it out all the time, D. I point it out all the time. But you want to be racist, bro. I ain't got time for that. Get him out of here, somebody, please. If you don't mind. I ain't got to deal with no shit like that, bro. You can be disagreeable, like I said, without all that bullshit. I don't want to hear that. You said you based it on what I said about white Trump supporters. Did I say all white Trump supporters, or did I say the ones that are extremists, Christy B? Did I not say that? Did I not say the extremist ones? Will somebody tell Christy B who I support? For the people in the back, will somebody tell Christy B who I support? If you don't know Christy B, I support Donald Trump.
You're going to learn today.
I support Donald Trump. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. You just on her, you just babbling. Captain, save a Negro. I'm gonna have to zoom up to some of these comments. You right, Aziz. You gotta stick to the truth. That's all we can do. That's all I'm saying to people. I'm just gonna stick to the truth and to the facts, bro. I do not hate this kid, Karmelo. I don't want him to be in a lot of trouble. He probably gonna get in trouble, but I'm not wishing that on him. I'm just telling you what he did was wrong. I'm not one of these black people that say, yeah, he need to be locked up forever. just to go against black people. I'm not that type of black person. Still reading these comments. That's what I'm trying to do, dog. I'm just trying to support the facts. Like I told people, I read the police report, bro. I don't have an issue with sticking to the facts. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying this whole time. People, they don't want to hear that. Once again, hope, 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 hope. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Say the Metcalf family is suffering because they murdered his son and the other family is buying houses, buying a car with the GoFundMe money, disgusting immoral behavior. Once again, you need to check your facts. He don't have a GoFundMe. It's a Go Send Go or whatever it is, and they haven't even withdrew the money from it yet. And I want you to also know that they already got money. Let me play that clip for you.
In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request.
I had to stop it right there. I'm gonna keep playing it. But clearly right there, she said that they haven't received any bits from the Give, Send, Go account. That it just pisses me off because everybody lied about all this stuff they was getting. And I think she's gonna speak on that in a minute. But you got people threatening her and a 13-year-old child, bro. That's why I say this whole racial shit is out of control. If this was the white family and black people was threatening them, I would say the same shit. This shit is out of control. That's not these y'all want to talk about black people ghetto and hood. That's not a ghetto and hood family. That guy is well to do. She's a stay-at-home mother. What hurt me the most was when she said his mental health is deteriorating. And you know what I think about? I think about the times when my dad, when I would leave the house, he would say, son, don't go out and do this. Don't go out and do that. And a lot of times I went out and did some stupid shit anyway. Not realizing if I had got in trouble, thank God I didn't get in trouble, what it would have done to him and my mom and the rest of my family. That's why I say that Karmelo was wrong for what he did, because when you do stuff, you don't realize what you're doing to the people that's backing you. And you don't realize the consequences of a lot of your actions. You talking about a dad who just want to go out and make sure his kids got everything they need, give them a good lifestyle, give them a good life, make sure that they happy and well fed and clothed and housed, and you go out and do something like that. Man probably went to college, got a couple of degrees, doing a six-figure job. His wife don't got to work. The same shit that people try to act like black people can't achieve in this country. He did it. Brooklyn G Baby say she don't support either party. None of them do anything for FBA. I support Trump because I like what Trump is doing. I get it. I already know what you're talking about, G Baby. I claim FBA too. Don't get it twisted. But don't get it twisted either. Don't think I ain't gonna call their ass out either. I like all of them motherfuckers. I'll be in Tariq spaces and all that, but I will call your motherfucking ass out. I don't give a damn about that. Everybody who new to the channel, if you're just not watching this video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. What do you mean, Catherine? She says, you not that type of black person, but you know they do exist. What are you referring to? Because I'm so far behind on these comments. Maybe I was speaking about something, and just try to remind me what you're saying. I gotta catch up. It's so many comments on her. I don't know how many comments came. I can't keep up with this shit. I'm clicking on shit over here and trying to read something while I'm talking to y'all and read. Look. Shit. Brooklyn G Baby say people act like they have a problem with gang culture and keep screaming how they're a Republican or a Democrat like it's Bloods versus Crips. I agree, but at the same time, that's something totally different, bro. I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. But the Bloods and the Crips, that's like some strong arm and shit. Niggas is getting popped in the streets. Some everyday in your face shit. It's kind of the same, but it's not quite the same. But I know what you're getting at, though. I got a problem with gang culture. I got a problem with the whole party system too. I got a problem with that. Catherine says, "R.I.P. Austin Metcalf." R.I.P. Austin Metcalf. I didn't wish no harm on him or his family. I don't hate them people. I don't got nothing against them. Nothing at all. Nothing. That's right, Doc. I didn't say it that. I didn't say Carmelo was in the wrong. I think, like I say, when people come on here, they see me as black, so they just automatically, oh, you on Carmelo's side. Not on nobody's side. I'm just telling you how I see it. I read the police report. And then when I ask some of these people, did they read the police report? They haven't read it. What? Christy B and they going at it. I don't think that's the stepmother. I think that's his mom. I may be wrong, but I think that's his mama. She just a stay-at-home mom, bro. The dude got a lot of money. She don't work. That's right, Aziz. People love to speak without presenting the evidence. They speak about it, all opinion-based gossip. Yep. They get online, Aziz, and they see one post. Oh, Carmelo is this. Austin is that. Okay, then they get in a space or they get on some online forum and yeah, Carmelo was a gangster. Yeah, Austin, they was bullies. How do you know this? I read it on the Facebook post. They were saying that they was at a party and they was fighting. How do you know this? I read it on the Facebook post. They didn't buy a house. Let me go ahead and finish this. Let me finish this video.
Request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a two-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution, we believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
And y'all think that this woman is just hateful people. She got a son too. You know she was being genuine when she said her condolences go out to their family as well. She didn't just say that just to say that. She got kids too. She knows this could have easily happened to her son as well. She hate that her son was the one that did it, but she knows this could have easily happened to her son as well. What's up, Bridget Wooten? Appreciate you coming through and checking out the channel. She says, when this story first broke, I knew it was about race. They tried to make the other family look perfect while making the Karmelo family look bad. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate the comment. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. My heart goes out to the Metcalf family. Their son got stabbed in the heart. RIP. Yep. I don't have a problem with that. I definitely don't want him or wish he wouldn't have lost his life. I don't wish that on that young man. The national news was reporting all that misinformation. Lord have mercy. I don't watch the news for the reasons like that. I watch it sometime, but for the most part, I don't watch it. If they was reporting this old he say, she say shit, that ain't good. That's the main reason why a lot of people go to TikTok and Twitter and other platforms to get their news. Because if they report on some he say, she say shit, that ain't good. Christy B talking about, what do they need the money for? They didn't have to bury their child. Legal fees they can pay later. Nope. Don't work like that. There's been plenty of other cases where people have gotten GoFundMe's and all of this shit and used it and they done got their legal fees and did other shit with it. You're not finna make it seem like everybody else can do it when we can't. We're not gonna do that. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No. No, no, no. I don't agree with you on that. Now you can be mad at me on that issue, but See, y'all feel like black people shouldn't be able to do legal fees and whatever they want with this GoFundMe money. We know a lot of these other white folks that committed crimes and done stuff, and people that donated to them. They done got out of jail and then bought cars and houses. You're not finna do that. No, you're not finna do that. I don't even want to hear it. I don't care. That right? No, no, hell no. He can do it too. He ain't been proven guilty of nothing yet. No, ma'am. She must be talking to Dark Ken or R or something. Say, do you have any kids? If your son got stabbed in the heart by somebody that brought a knife to attract me, would you be talking the same? No, you wouldn't. You would want justice for your kid. I've said that. I've definitely said that. Oh, well. She must be talking to one of y'all. She ain't talking to me. Can't be. Okay, that must be y'all going back and forth in the comments. What's up, Creed? Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you leaving a comment. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Creed say if he would have murdered another black man, his mother probably wouldn't be alive right now to do a press conference. See? And we know that. See, that's the crazy part about it. If it was some black on black shit, you probably wouldn't even heard about it. Or these niggas would be shooting at each other. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, bro. Y'all niggas would have been killing each other. Nigga, I'm finna go kill that nigga sister. I'm finna shoot the nigga house up. Creed, that's a good point. They not playing the victim, Christy. They're not playing the victim. What are you talking about? See, that's that stuff where I'm saying you just so you leaning so far on Austin's side that you can't see that his Anthony's family is not against Austin's family. You in your mind, that's what you think it is. That's not what it is. She totally understands what's going on. They're not playing a victim. They are not playing a victim. Exactly, G baby. Both families are victims. Great point, brother. Great point. Both of these families are victims. Because she don't know. Christy? She don't know. Why are you trying to act like Austin's mother wouldn't have said the same thing if was in reverse? See, just be honest. You slightly got something against him because he black. You own the whole black and white thing. Just say that. I will respect you a lot more, Christy, if you just said that. I really would. Just say that. Just say you more so on the white kid side because he's white. Just say that. Just like I would tell the black people, just say that you more so on the black kid side because he's black. Just say that. What's up, Paul Preston? That's a bad comment. She don't sound stupid. She didn't say anything that sounded stupid, Preston. Paula Preston. You just one of these you just hate her because she's black. I mean, she clearly said that she felt for the family. Y'all act like that Karmelo's mom and dad knew that he was going to go out and do that day. And that they advocate for it. Don't you think behind closed doors that they probably, son, I wish you wouldn't have had done that. Son, I wish you wouldn't have had took that knife to school. Have we ever told you to take a knife to school? Why would you do that? Son, we got a nice house. We make lots of money. We buy you cars. We want you to live a nice life. You didn't have to do that. Son, why didn't you go tell a teacher? Why didn't you go tell a principal? Why did you do that? What's up, Bridget Wooten? Oh, I already told you. Oh, man. My bad. I didn't already spoke. Appreciate you coming through anyway. I'll say it again. Thank you for coming to the show. She say we are really hated. We are. But I got to call it like I see it. But we are, though. Dark say it is Demo Crips and Rebloodicans. Yup. Nah, Z, she ain't. She just, yeah, you right. She just typing to be doing so. You right. Man, look, Charles. Hey, Charles, I came on here. Just imagine if it was like 100 people in here. This is just on YouTube. I'm on Rumble and I'm on Kick. I'm not even on Twitter. Just think about that. If I was on Twitter, the comments and stuff would be crazy right now. And I should have fired up Twitter, but I didn't want to get into it with them because I didn't talk to Twitter enough. I didn't hear what they got to say enough. And I already know what they're going to say. So I just wanted to fire up on YouTube and see what these people had to say. He say, my boy, you weren't ready today. All these comments are whooping your ass. They are tearing me up, boy. Hey, they giving me a good old fashioned one, boy. I'm getting it bad. I can't keep up. Yeah, I can't keep up.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
I can't keep up, Charles. Look, every time I think I catch up, I zoom to the bottom. Now I say I'm 115 comments behind. I'm thinking, bro, if I'm 150, it got to be about 500 comments on her by now. It got to be. I'm gonna do it again. And the reason why I'm trying to go through people's comments to see what they're saying, but I can't keep up. So I'm gonna have to zoom to the bottom again. I'm gonna have to skip a lot of comments. I'm sorry. If you said something profound, I apologize. Let's see. Oh, it's just y'all going at it in the comments. That's what it is. Let me drop this link, man, just in case anybody want to come up here. I'm going to go ahead and put this link down here. Boom, just like that. So I dropped the link. Yeah, I got that Kawhi Leonard laugh. Man, I got some more I had added. I just haven't added it to my system yet. Once I add it, it's going to... that's pretty funny. I got a couple... no, did I add them? Wait a minute. I had added a couple of them. I can add them real quick just in case. I might need them. Let me go ahead and add a few of them. Hold on, they already in there. Oh yeah. Okay, I got them. I just haven't used them. I haven't used them. Excuse me. I'm gonna use them. Yeah, there go the link, man. So if anybody want to come up and speak on this, I got the link. You can come on up here, man. Talk to me. Give me your piece. But if you start some bullshit, I will get you off it. Don't think you ain't gonna, you just gonna come over here and say anything. That ain't gonna. It's not gonna happen. Now you can disagree with me. That's fine. But if you're gonna call me names or you gonna call me the N-word, if you think you're gonna be some type of racist and get away, we ain't gonna do that. And I give everybody the chance to come up here. But you ain't finna talk to me crazy. Not on my show. You can go somewhere else with that. But you can come up here. Anybody want to come up here, you can do that right now. Matter of fact, let me I'm gonna pin it to the top. I just put it in the chat, but I gotta pin it to the top of the chat so y'all don't have to look for it. So I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Let me pin it to the top. Matter of fact, let me do a poll. I'm gonna just make it. I'm gonna do this. Whose side are you on? I'm gonna put a poll up there. There go a poll. And I put a goal up there. So if y'all don't mind, if anybody want to hit the super chat, man, you can always hit the super chat. But I don't require anybody to hit the super chat. If y'all just want to come up and speak and say something, man, that's fine with me. Let me see something real quick. I'm going to play the rest of the press conference from Minister Dominique, it says. Compares Karmelo Anthony, who allegedly stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest for grabbing him, to Kyle Rittenhouse and Daniel Penny. Let's see what he's talking about.
These are the type of lies. She's getting millions of views on this. Sarah, she's even came after me. She's even said all of those things. And now that the public knows exactly what is going on, I asked, because these racist bigots try to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy, he should be afforded the same rights that Kyle Rittenhouse had, Daniel Penna, And all of the people who have claimed whatever their defense was, he should be afforded the same right. Nobody in the public media has one video camera, but we got the video of Kyle Rittenhouse with an AK-47 shooting 3 people in the back. We got that. And he raised more than $2 million publicly, and nobody said anything. So since they tried to come for us, I call for the community's overwhelming support for this fund. The disinformation that was put out was literally deliberate to prevent you from helping this family. And I want you to give overwhelming support to show them the community united can never be divided. And I'm gonna say this again, and this is for everybody. Black people in America, while the current occupant sits at 1600 Pennsylvania, black people in America don't have to pull the race card. It's what we live as a reality every day.
See, that's the bullshit I don't want to hear right there. When they do that shit like that, I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear nothing, no more bullshit about Trump being this super racist dude. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to get into that. Now you done threw politics in it. Just stick to the case. That's where they lose me. When they do shit like that, that's where they lose me. Now, because of this case, now you want to, oh, Trump is this. And I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I've heard enough of that bullshit. I don't want to hear it.
It's what we have to teach our children. We don't want to, but we have to. We don't like to, but if we want to sleep at night, we got to. I ain't pulling no race card. I live it. I'm reminded all the time that I'm a black man in America.
Fear, 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 fear. I don't want to hear no fucking fear. I'm not scared of nothing in this motherfucking country, bro. I'm a black man. I know what goes on. I know things could happen. But I also know I got autonomy to keep myself out of certain situations. I'm sick of this fear shit. Be scared because you black. I'm not walking around being scared of nothing because I'm black, bro. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not going to do it. I've been there, done that. I bought into that shit. Be scared because you black. No. How the hell can I be scared because I'm black? I'm sitting right here on this damn Mac that I spent my hard-earned money on from my job, on my internet service that I got the upgraded package on my mic that I spent all this money on my camera that I spent all this money on, and you want me to be scared of what? I got a car note, a house note. What am I scared of? Just be for what's right. How about that? That's it. I'm not scared of none of this. I'm not scared, bro. Look, I done work with white folks, black folks. I'm not scared, bro. I don't work with a job with tons of white people. They don't scare me. They actually showed me a lot of respect. So all of that bullshit that they be doing, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. I done been on jobs where black folks tried to get me fired. I done been on jobs where white folks tried to keep me hired. Cut it out. Damn. That's the wrong person to be representing Carmelo Anthony. That's the wrong type of shit that we need at this point right now. He just fanning the flames. More and more racist shit. Fuck that. What you say, you sound like you making being scared about you, the family, is being threatened. Why wouldn't they why wouldn't they be afraid they have kids? What? You sound like you making being scared about the family. Rephrase that for me. I'm not understanding what you're saying. I'm not understanding. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Rephrase it for me, G baby. Charles, what's up? What's up, Charles?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. What's up?
Man, hope calling you all kind of coons.
Hey, man, I'm used to it, man. I
She
look.
must not
I
know
got.
that Raymond called you all kind of coons.
Hey, my inbox be full of that shit. Look, I already know what it is. I already know. I'm gonna get caught when I start doing search. I already know what's gonna come with that.
Ah man,
Shit.
this chick is hilarious to me though.
Yeah. What you think about this, Charles? What's up?
Man, that junk so hilarious to me sitting there watching that. But I feel proud for Ray. Today Ray had your back, my boy.
I
Normally
know. I
he'd be
see.
he'd be the one that's talking like that too.
I know. I already
So
know.
but
That's
no
why.
man,
That's why. I mean, I like. Look, I already know. Look. Okay. Look. I'm gonna go off, bro. When it comes to me, I'm gonna go off on that nigga, and he gonna go off on me. But that's why I gave him a wrench, bro. That's why he a moderator. Look, because that's just what it is. Okay, I'm gonna let him have it. Sometime I'm gonna get him off of here, and we gonna be at it. But you know, he's a day one, so you know I'm gonna afford him the opportunity and the leeway to get his shit off. That's just what it is. Other people, I'm not. I don't give a fuck. You know, that's just how I'm rocking.
hell yeah, but I can't see how really a lot of these people are taking one side. Like, I don't see any of that. Like because again, even just being from a biased side, because I never took it as racist anything. I just took it as, hey man, it just so happened that the boy that got killed was white. The boy that killed him was black. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody sitting there saying, oh well, if you take the black side, then you support black people. If you take the white side, then you're a coon. Or I mean, the whole Trump thing is kind of weird to me because it wasn't a political argument to begin with, so I don't even
Exactly.
understand how that ended up becoming a thing. Uh, so just because you can be objective and see the other side, or even criticize the side that you even are on, or whatever, then somehow it's a problem. I don't get any of that because again, I said it earlier. Uh, both of them were on some bullshit.
Both of them. You right?
The Austin boy, him and his brother. I heard, they were saying that them boys were bullies. And I can see that. You know what I mean? You're a big football player, and you already got a teammate already built in. You got a twin brother. I'm sure y'all run together everywhere y'all go. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all big and bad. Y'all ran up
But you
on
know
this
what?
little black boy, and the black boy,
I I gotta say
uh,
this, Charles. I gotta say this. I was in the space with Judge Joe Brown, and he made a good point that the stats that they was giving about Carmelo about his height and his weight was from an old driver's license that he got when he was 16, and he's a captain on his football team now, and he does look much bigger than that. So I suspect that he's bigger than what is being said. They just got that from an old driver's license. You know, that's what's in the system, saying like he's like 130 pounds, but he definitely looks bigger than that because I seen a clip of him where he was playing some like a flag football tournament with his teammates and stuff. And bro, he looked bigger than 130 pounds. I'm just being honest. I seen him running around and he was playing cornerback.
Yeah,
He
but
looked
see,
bigger than
I'm
130.
saying in my mind, yeah, but in my mind, it's still all right. Look, if you want to sit up there and play either side, you can say, okay, well, Austin got stabbed. Okay, Carmelo was in the wrong on the wrong side. Okay, well, you can say that all about that about the twins. They weren't even supposed to be there. They don't run track.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to say about that? The fact that they were trying to enforce some stuff that nobody else enforced.
You right. Now
Y'all are the
you right.
bodyguards or whatever of the team.
You right. That is a fact, bro. They
So
were
it's
not a part of the track meet. You are exactly right, sir. You are right.
hmm? So I mean, if you could play either side to say what was supposed to be going on and what wasn't supposed to be going on. The facts of the matter is, hey man, this boy got ran up on by two boys. He had a knife. They pushed him. He stabbed the other boy. They were wrong for what they did. Their part, playing every little part that came up to the stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo overstepped. He jumped too high. He went
Mm-hmm.
too far. It was a situation where, hey man, look, you could have walked off or you could have threw hands. Those were the only real options. You might have felt afraid, but feeling afraid is no excuse to sit there and stab somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why my whole stance the whole time was, hey man, it's not murder. It's definitely not first degree, second degree, none of that other stuff. Then it went to manslaughter. Okay, so how far does they go? I was like, man, it's to me it's third degree manslaughter. It's him inflicting something on somebody that wasn't intended to have that kind of consequence,
Mm-hmm.
and that's as far as it went to me.
No,
So
I
I
agree with you.
can't see it being more than that. Like,
I
was
agree
he
with you.
wrong?
It can't.
Hell
It's
yeah, he
not.
was
It's
wrong.
not premeditated. It's not murder. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just two high school kids got into an altercation, and one of them, like you say, jumped too high. He went too far. You know, and it just is what it is, bro.
Mhm.
Like, I just, I mean, just some. It's really just some dumb high school.
Yeah.
I can't really just say dumb
So,
because
but
somebody lost their life, but it's some dumb high school shit, bro. Just this. That's what it is.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I really want to know. We might not even find this out to the trial, but I want to know what was his purpose of carrying the knife with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, were you in fear of something, or were you looking for something? Because that will determine a
Exactly.
lot.
Mm-hmm. Because you know that's
Because
going to be a big question when it comes to the trial. Like,
a
why
lot
would
of
you
people
have
that
a
carry weapons.
knife? We know a lot of people in Texas carry
Yeah,
knives and guns,
that I
but
mean that's
you
the
at a
thing.
track meet. What are you doing with a knife in your bag?
Yeah, yeah. So, but like my initial thoughts were, all right, well, it just sounds stupid. Then, as you start hearing more people talk about the whole situation, I start kind of getting into the Zimmerman situation when I even if you're feeling in danger when it comes to stand your ground, how quick and how far can you go? What amount of threat needs to be there? So I'm no legal guy or whatever. But it just sounds like it's gonna be a whole bunch of like little weird things that gonna kind of contribute. But I can't see them looking at that boy as, oh, he was just this menacing person. Because again, like you've been talking about, his family is a well-to-do family. He is not a menacing little boy. He a 17-year-old that tried to be tougher than what he was,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or or maybe not even what he was. Then he was trying to be tougher than what need be. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't I can't see how somebody could just be like, well, it's just this one side. And the fact that the United States is kind of up in arms and you have these people marching and stuff, it shows we're not as far as we think we are. We would love to think that we're so progressive and whatever, but when you
We
start
still
getting
got a lot of
into
differences
situations where
going on. Yep.
any situation, yeah, but if it gets crazy when any difference is a race issue. Because
Yeah,
I didn't see this as a race issue. I just thought it was some dumb kid shit.
it is.
But anytime it's different races, it's a racial issue, and
I think
like that's why I
Charles,
said
I
that's
think
why it
that's
showed me
because
that
we
hey,
in
we were
America,
something
we so conditioned to this whole racial aspect of everything. It's like we can't get past that. No matter what it is, as long as you see a black person and a white person, it's always racial. Even though it may not even be racial, we gonna look at it as racial. Let's say if this was like some little bitty kids, bro, like some 8 or 9 year olds, and one of them just happened to have a knife and cut one, not killed him, but maybe cut it, then we gonna say it's racial. When we know that it probably wasn't, because kids, they don't really look at color. They just do dumb shit. But when it comes to the
yeah.
grown-ups, we gonna inject the whole racial aspect into any of this stuff, no matter what.
Yeah, and
And
I was
it's
gonna say I can't see all of that being a thing when we think we come so far. It's all this equality. This is why I be like a lot of that is bullshit about people thinking that the United States is colorblind. Lil Wayne getting his goofy ass up on TV talking about he don't see he's never he don't think racism exists in the United States. Bro, that shit is crazy because anytime something happens to people from somebody else, you're not like it's happened from an American, it happened from a black person, or it happened from a white person. Bro, if we are all
mm-hmm,
Americans, then that shit shouldn't come up like that.
mm-hmm.
So, and that's the first thing we jump to.
First thing
So,
we jump
like,
to.
I really just can't see it. It just sounds crazy to me. And I know a lot of people don't see it that way because, I mean, a lot of people, the first, like I said, the first thing that they do is, hey man, it was a white boy and it was a black boy, so it had to be some racist shit.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
it was, it was just some kid shit.
Just some dumb kid shit, bro. I
So,
mean, I'm like you.
yeah,
That's how I saw it. I'm like, bro, this sound like exactly like some high school shit. Some kid telling another kid to move. He don't want to move, and then he stabs him. It's like, bro, this is just some old stupid ass high school shit. Like, you not gonna one up
yeah,
me. Everybody's looking at us, so I gotta be the bigger man. I gotta be the big bad and tough guy. And you not gonna out tough me.
yeah,
So
I
look,
can't
I'm
back
finna
then.
cut you.
Yeah, yeah, and that's all it is. I can't be a punk.
Yeah.
And like this is what we were talking about. What was the dude that you had on? Jesus Christ, I can't remember the guy's name. But we had a conversation about he was he was a pastor. We were
Damien,
talking about
Reverend Damien.
yeah. Yeah. And I said I grew up learning that it's better to be a live chicken than a dead hero. And it helps you
Mm-hmm.
walk away from situations. And a lot of people don't have that going on now. It's I gotta be big and bad. And I can't be a
Mm-hmm.
punk. And I gotta be the hardest one around. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why a lot of little stupid stuff never get resolved the right way. And that's all this was to me. It was just, hey man,
And and
I can't
and
back
this is
down in
this is
front of that.
another point, Charles. When I was in the space with Judge Joe Brown, he was even talking about how the kids these days don't even know how to take an ass whooping. My folks and
Hey,
even
I
me, they
like,
taught you how to take, nigga. If you got your ass beat, it is what it is. Like even me and Dark Kim was saying, nigga, I might have to see you tomorrow because I need to get that action back. I need to get that back. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Or if we were somewhere by ourselves and nobody didn't know, then hey, I'm gonna say I won. You gonna say you won, and that's just is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's
yeah,
just gonna be a fight. That's it. We not. It ain't.
yeah.
I ain't never
And
think when I get into it with somebody, nigga, let me hold on. Matter of fact, let me go in the kitchen real quick and grab this knife before I go to school. I never thought that, bro. Only thing I thought about, I'm finna
you know
whoop
what?
his ass, and if he beat my ass, then fuck it. I'm gonna be pissed off. But he just beat my ass,
But
bro.
when y'all said that, you know what I thought about? The end of
What?
Friday.
Yep.
When Craig Daddy was
Mm-hmm.
talking to him, talking about y'all
You win
can't take an
some.
ass whooping these days.
Yep.
You win
You
some, you lose some, but you
but you
live.
live to
You
fight
live fighting
another
another day.
day. There you go. There you go.
See, and that's what I'm think about. Say, man, nah, these niggas just don't know how. Hey, man, look, sometimes I got to get on that ass, boy.
That's
I remember
it.
as kids. I remember I got so tired of my brother fighting this little boy. Sometimes my brother lost probably about one out of about five of these fights. My brother kept fighting the little boy because the little boy wouldn't stop beating on my brother. And my brother be at the bus stop, and the little boy come over there, and I sit there and be at the boy brother. And my brother would fight the boy every day before we go to school.
See, Charles,
Nobody
now
brought a knife. No,
tell me this. Tell me this, Charles. How many times do we know a nigga that you had a beef with ended up being your fucking friend, bro? Because a nigga ended up respecting you, bro. A nigga ended up being your friend, bro. Cause he like, you know what? I like
and
this little nigga. I like this little nigga right here.
yeah, because they're always gonna fight. He had heart. That's all
He
it took.
got heart, bro.
Now I know
Yeah.
he got heart. I know if we get into it, he gonna score. I know
Mm-hmm.
if we get into it, he's not gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
So he might lose against my brother, but I know if we get into it with somebody else, he gonna fight.
You right.
He never
Cause
gonna
look,
stop
bro,
fighting.
I had an altercation with a bully. I was in high school. The nigga got the best of me. I ain't gonna lie. But he saw me in another fight. You know what the nigga said? He said, I fuck with Rod, bro. I got the nigga back because I know he ain't no bitch. That nigga, me and this nigga
Yeah,
were tussling, bro, and he was helping me fight some other niggas, and it wasn't even his beef, bro. Because he like, man, I fuck with this nigga right here. This nigga a tough motherfucker. And he
yeah.
was there, he was right there rocking with me too. And we were rocking these niggas. Bro, look, man. Bro, they don't understand no shit like that. It's people that you had fights with when you get old and you see them now, and they be like, man, what's up, bro? Hey, you remember we had that, man, that was some goofy, man, it was just some high school shit. Man, how you doing, man? Yeah, I'm working over here. I'm doing this, man. Hey, come holler at me
Yeah,
sometime. That's what it be.
but them days gone.
Them
Those
days
days are long
gone.
gone. I say nobody can take that L. It's
They can't take that
I
L.
can't lose.
Mm-mm. I gotta kill
And
you.
so
That's what it
like
is. I gotta kill you, bro.
yeah,
And that's stupid.
and not
It's
understanding, bro. You taking a L. You still taking a
mm-hmm.
big L. You ain't even understand. You kill me, you still gonna take an L because you gonna be gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
like
gotta kill you.
that's that's way worse than everything else.
Yeah,
So
man.
like I was, bro, we can never go back to to the days where we were little kids. Uh, but I wish that they would do that, or people would encourage their kids more to, hey man, look, it's not about losing and winning; it's about fighting.
That's it. It is.
So
Cause like I
like I
say,
want to build your
you
character.
done had a fight with a bully, bro, and I swear I didn't reminisce to somebody I had a fight with, like, bro, remember you threw me down? Remember I got a nigga, you hit me in my eye. I mean, we went through the whole fight like piece by piece. And it was just funny because we like, man, that shit was so goofy. That shit was so stupid. You know what I'm saying? And we just laughed about the shit. So
I
yeah,
mean,
I
I don't got a
mean,
butt. I told you.
my
So
bad. Go
yeah,
ahead.
that's why I said, this you might as well kiss those days goodbye though, bro. Because
Yeah.
this is gonna be the norm. Like I think how they say you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I think we've gone too far
Mm-hmm.
where it's all about image and you don't want your perception is too low if you ever lose. So
Mm-hmm.
your we've gotten into the point where admittedly when we were kids mental health was a thing, but it wasn't. It wasn't like it is now. 'Cause, man, if you get beat up when you were a little kid, man, what they joke on you a little bit. And sometimes maybe they might joke on you a little bit at school for a couple of weeks. Somebody else gonna fight. They didn't talk about that in
Yeah.
the fight.
Yeah, it'll be over with. You're right. They'll talk about
Yeah,
it for a little bit, then it's over with. Then somebody else get into it. And it's just,
yeah,
yeah. Hold on, Charles. Let me
yeah. And
switch my scene real quick before you start talking because
all
they
right.
ain't gonna be able to hear you. I'm gonna pull you up. I just gotta pull you up over here. Let me switch my scene. I'm just gonna try something new for a quick second. All right, you good?
All
We
right.
back on. But yeah,
Okay. But
man.
yeah, like I say, Like that's why I said this one of the things that I kind of be trying to teach my daughter because it's like I have a 14-year-old, but my little girl into girls. So I don't know, I don't but that's neither here nor there. But I be trying
Mm-hmm.
like kind of trying to teach my daughter, hey man, look, don't take things too far. Don't do things that you can't come back from. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was always a kid. And I told you I did some foolish stuff, but I was always smart enough to understand what I can and can't come back from. Like I was
Right.
like, man, look, I'm young. I can get away with some stuff. It ain't gonna affect my life to the point where I can't course correct. But I never want to do anything where I could never come back from. And
Uh-oh, we lost you, Charles. Come on back up if you can. Well, yeah, man. Like you was saying, we got to get back to just normalcy. That shit. I mean, look, people used to get their ass beat. I got my ass beat. I took some and lost and won some. Oh well. And like I say, a lot of the people that I did have altercations with now, we laugh at this shit, bro. It ain't even no beef. Just like, bro, remember we had that fight in high school or middle school? Yeah. That shit was stupid. Nigga, we were fighting over a pencil. You know, it's like, come on, man. Let's teach our kids that just tussle it out. Cause trust me, whenever you get older, you're gonna realize that shit was dumb. You see the athletes now, like the professional athletes, they have these beefs and rivalries with each other. And then they get in their 50s and 60s and they doing a special. And they're like, man, remember this, and that. And they just laughing about it because they like, we was just a bunch of young guys. And that's another thing. When it comes to young men, this is just young men shit. This is what you do when you're a young man. You just get into it with each other. You fight. And as you get older, you gain wisdom. And you realize, man, that wasn't nothing, bro. That wasn't nothing. We was just young and we got a lot of testosterone pumping and whatever, man. That's right, truth teller. She says men are scared to get a scar on their pretty faces these days. Fist fights build character. Yep. They build a lot of character. Always do. Let's just fight. Let's just duke it out. We'll be okay. Like I say, some of these people even become your best friends. Who was to say if we hadn't made this a racial thing and this wasn't already embedded in their minds and him and Austin would have just had a tussle that they would have been like friends later on? But we didn't put all this stuff in people's heads. Oh, he's black and you white. You need to hate him. What? Man, I don't work with some white folks. I'm like, man, I like this motherfucker. It's been some white folks that work with me and said, man, I like that motherfucker, man. I like Rod. And I'm over here talking crazy. I'm talking black shit. And they like, man, I like that motherfucker. Look, I used to work at a coal mine with some of the most countryest bumpkin motherfuckers you ever seen. And I'm a country bumpkin myself. And they be like, man, Rod, you want to go fishing with us? You want to go hunting with us? Because they like, bro, you just be saying whatever's on your mind. You don't give a... Yeah. They used to like to work with me. Because in a coal mine, sometimes you work, with like one or two people in a certain area. Somebody who's digging the coal, or some people who's digging the dirt, some people who's doing reclaim. I mean, look, man, look. Look, man, some of these white folks used to fuck with me. Always inviting me somewhere. Because they know I'm there to have a good time. I'm just going to talk shit. They ain't give a fuck. And a lot of them even agreed with me. And you would think they was the most racist motherfuckers it was. They just agreed with me. They're like, man, Rod, crazy. I get on their ass too, and they still will respect me because they know I call it like it is. I didn't mean no harm. I just called it like, hey, look, bro, you wasn't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to dig over there. You were supposed to dig over here. You're like, you right, Rod. I fucked up. What you doing when we get out of work? Y'all want to go get some drinks? Hell yeah. Let's go to Leon's Steakhouse and go get some steaks. Okay, bet. We done made too much of this shit too racial. Way too racial. You got some comments, Serena. Matter of fact, if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button for me also. I really would appreciate it. I think y'all just going back and forth in the comments. I'm kind of reading some of the comments. Serena Williams say, I wonder when the Twins was talking to the coach and decided to start walking across the field to the tent, did they see Carmelo already walking to the tent in Twins convo prior to? I don't know. Who knows? A lot of these other issues we're going to see when it comes out. Appreciate you, Truth Teller. I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. That's the first time I was on the right page. That was the first time I was on the right page because I'm usually on my other page, where y'all can't see that. But I have a lot of this stuff set up when people subscribe or when they send super chats, a little message will come through. But I appreciate that. Truth Teller, I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. That's a new subscription. Anybody else, if y'all want to subscribe and hit the subscribe button. If you want to like the video, like the video. I'm open. If you want to come up, the link is at the top of the chat. If you want to come up and speak on this situation between Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, and then we just showed you this press conference of his father was at the press conference and whatnot. If you want to speak on any of this pertaining to this situation, you're always welcome. But like I say, if you somebody who just want to be disagreeable and just want to call me names and things like that, you can't come up here. Now, there's some people in the chat. I see y'all going back and forth, but look, these people were already here. They were some of the first people here. They get carte blanche. And look, I get mad at these same people who y'all like Hope and all y'all going at it. Hope, I go at it with R all the time. I didn't kick him off the show, kicked him down, cussed him out. But he was here from the beginning. So I know where he really stands. I just like to duke it out. It's another young lady that comes on my show. She ain't on her right now. Me and her done got into it. That's just what it is. But if you cool and you can be disagreeable, I don't have a problem with you being. I'm not finna kick you off of my channel. And when it comes to Ray, if y'all got a problem with Ray, look, Ray, he just combative, okay? I agree with him on some of this stuff today. Now, look, we just agreeing. Y'all just on here on a good day. We just agreeing. Me and Ray agree on a lot of this shit, but me and Ray combative. That's it. You see, I haven't said anything to you, Hope. I done seen some of the stuff you saying. Hey, look. Fair game. You and R going at it. He's saying shit, you saying shit. Cool. I can't get mad. He's saying shit to you, you saying shit to him. Look. It's not one-sided. I could have easily just said, all right, get out of here, Hope. You done. I haven't. He's saying shit, you saying shit. And he could actually kick you out because he got a wrench, but he hasn't done that because it's a certain way we rock over here. Look, man, if you can handle it, you can handle it. If you can't, you can't. But if you don't know me and you making assumptions about me, you can't be here because you don't know. I will get on black folks' ass and I'm gonna keep saying it. I get on their ass just as fast as I get on some white folks' ass. Ain't nothing gonna change. Y'all need to go check out some of my videos. And then I'll turn around and get on some white folks' ass too. I'll turn around and get on some Mexican ass. It don't matter. I'm gonna call it like I see it. Let me see something real quick. Let me see what else I got over here. This is the type of shit I be talking about. Somebody named Kelly K made a post saying Carmelo is a thug who never mattered. Black privilege, the ability to break any law in society and still remain a victim. Now we know that's a lie. For one, it's a lie because we know black people don't just get to break any laws and still remain a victim. That's a lie. Two, he just got charged with a crime. So how did he get away with anything? He quite possibly could be going to jail. This is that shit that makes you know that a lot of us have just made this shit it's just more racism. That's all we've done. We just made it a bunch of racist bullshit. You want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the white guy. You want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the black guy. Pick a side. Stand on one of these sides of the fence. For what? It's a psyop. They done tricked us into being hateful towards each other. The funny thing is, a lot of us go to work every day and got white friends and black friends, and you ain't mad at them. And then you get online and get mad because some black shit or some white shit happened. Like, come on. They making us hate each other. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. My God. I got so much going on my poll. Damn, it's pretty close. Woo! Out of 22 votes, I said, who side are you on? So far, 36% out of 22 people, 36% say Carmelo, 27% say Austin's, and another 36% say I call it like I see it. That's where I stand. I call it like I see it. So we got a tie between Carmelo and I call it like I see it with 36% and the rest going between Austin. That's not I would say it's all three of them a tie, to be honest with you. Out of 22 votes. I wish I could put up another poll. Let me I got a Q&A I'm gonna drop in here. I put a Q&A up there. I said, are you on Austin's side because he's white? And are you on Carmelo's side because he's black? And I forgot to put NY. So tell me NY. Now, Hope, she say, so you gonna tell me they didn't know their son had a knife in his backpack? They didn't know anything, where he's going, what he's doing. You know good and well a lot of people don't be knowing that their kids got this stuff in their backpack. You could check their backpack and maybe they could grab it outside, or maybe they would have stashed it somewhere and picked it up. Kids are smart. All you can do is instill what you're going to instill in your kids, and that's the best you can do. You can put discipline in them, teach them boundaries and rules as best as you can. But we have so many outside influences when it comes to our kids that a lot of this is so hard to get a grasp on. It's so hard to get a grasp on it that it just is very, very hard to do. You can say, don't be like this, and don't look. These kids, especially Carmelo, comes from a well-to-do neighborhood. His family lives in a nice area, a nice house, a nice neighborhood, and he was still on pictures with gun. But it was a fake gun, but still, you know what they trying to portray. And trust me, his parents wouldn't. They probably don't like that picture. I guarantee you, they don't. Because my parents, if they had me in that situation, they would say, "Man, we don't want you even taking any pictures like that, even if you playing. We don't like that. We tried to get you away from that." I grew up in the hood, and my dad ended up getting a good job, and he moved us out the hood. He wouldn't have wanted me to be acting like a gangster, or somebody from the hood. Why would he have worked so hard to take me out of that situation for me to only get back in that situation and try to act like something I'm not? Hope Knight say, thank you, Roddy Rob, for saying that's what he should have did. We wouldn't be arguing about this, and Austin would still be alive. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against, like, I don't hate this kid, bro. Like, just because he's white, I'm not like, yeah, he should have stabbed him. Yeah, they got into an altercation, and he should have gutted him like a fish. That's not my mindset. My mindset is he put his hands on Carmelo, and like some typical teenage high school shit, they should have just had a little skirmish. They should have just been tussling. And we would have never heard anything about it. Maybe somebody would have got a 2 or 3 day suspension, and just some typical kid shit. This is what kids do. He shouldn't have stabbed him. He shouldn't have stabbed him. And like I say, if it was the other way around, Austin, if it would have happened, if Austin would have stabbed him, I'd have been like, he shouldn't have stabbed him. That was totally uncalled for. Yep. I really don't got too much more else to say, man. I think I said pretty much everything that I wanted to say. So I'll probably be back. I probably will be back on later. I'm sure I will. Unless anybody wants to come up. If anybody got something to say, I'm willing to have the conversation with you. I got the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat box. If anybody want to come up and speak on it, you're more than welcome. But if not, I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you turn the notifications on, because if you turn the notifications on, whenever I go live, you can join me. And for the most part, I go live a lot now, more than I used to. I go live more than I used to. I do some uploads. I got to get back to uploading. I haven't done none in a few days, but I got to get back to uploading. I'll probably upload something later. But typically, I go live. I try to go live a couple of times a week. And if we have a discussion, just come on and talk to me. And I'm not requiring it. Don't hit the cash app to come. I'm not doing all that, because we're not at that point yet. I'm not that big of a YouTuber like that. But yeah. But I appreciate everybody coming through. I appreciate y'all checking out the channel. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you turn the notification bell on. Hit that notification bell and make sure that it's on. That way you'll get the notifications. Let's see. I want to jump off. Yeah, if I come back on her, Dark Ken, I'll have you. You can come on her. Hard trip. Yeah, if y'all want to come on, because I'll probably be back on later. It'll probably I thought about coming on in the middle of the night, so I don't know how long some of y'all be up. But maybe like 8, 9 o'clock, I might come back on her. So I'm finna chill out for a little bit. R and Hope have been going at it this whole time. Insane. Well, you can come back anytime, Hope. But like I say, I appreciate everybody coming through. I appreciate y'all checking out the show. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. I've said that tons of times. And as always, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.